11th, 2025. I am here in my neighborhood, where I've been a very, very long time. City of Los Angeles, which Creator tells me is ground zero on a spiritual level, where the light and the dark collides in epic fashion. The chaos of this city thrust me into my spiritual den, where I went to work big time. I'm speaking a little softly right now because it's about 5:30 in the morning, and the city is amazingly silent and quiet. So I'm going to take advantage of the situation while I'm out with my walk with my besties here, my spirit animals that came to me in the flesh, Apollo and Athena, 18 and 19 years old, and they still want to go on 3 or 4 walks a day, hikes a day, still, you know, going to the extreme. I have been coming to you as Creator God is my witness most of my life. Certainly all of my adult life. And Creator telling me, this time we're going to get it right. This time you are going to hear me. You're going to feel me. You're going to see me. And you're going to understand. I'm going to go into the fact that the movie The Matrix, that everyone really resonated with, was not a movie. It was a documentary about our life. And I've heard many people try to connect the dots, but haven't hit the spearhead. I'm going to do that today, and I'll back it up with truth. Because, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, the truth of this reality will set us free. Because right now, the human being is living as a hypnotized slave and servant of the darkness. Since I was 6, very, very young child, Creator was coming to me to tell me that the human being is a slave to the darkness, and that there is work to do. There is work to be done. When I was 6 years old, I would come back from school and tell my mom that school was a prison, that I was 100% certain of it. And she would kind of like laugh it off. 9 to 5, sitting at a desk, 30-minute lunch break, the principal acting as the warden for the indoctrination of young hearts and minds. Hand over heart, I pledge my allegiance to who and to what. All right, let's get into this. The human being was born into slavery, and his consciousness was captured there at birth. Those that control the planet are secret society members and Freemasons and God only knows what else. It's highly intelligent. It's the intelligence of the darkness. It's in the intelligence of Lucifer, which is why the human has had a very difficult time comprehending this truth that is very simple. It was simply done, but the ramifications are intricate and powerful because it involves contracts. The Freemasons, the secret societies have massive esoteric knowledge, and they use that against us to ensnare us, entrap the minds, bodies, and souls, to hypnotize the masses. Humanity is under a group hypnosis. A group hypnosis, an agreement, a contract. Contracts being the most powerful tools in the universe. Creator God uses contracts to get things done. All contracts must be fulfilled in the eyes of God. All dark contracts now are null and void. All dark contracts on planet Earth are hereby satisfied, null and void. At your birth, when you were born, the most critical moment of your life, your umbilical cord was severed. Okay, and we're getting into the documentary Matrix now. Your umbilical cord was severed. Moments after that, very profound moment, when you were disconnected from your mother in that way, and it really from the womb of life. For the mother divine feminine is the womb of life, the mother God. The darkness came knocking in the form of a contract. They did this through contracts, free will, and agreements. This contract is called the birth certificate. And your parents, unconsciously, yet, the soul knows everything, signed your name into the agreement. Listen closely now. When you register your property with this beast system, you bequeath crown and kingdom. You give your property away in oath, in contract to them. House, car, children. Quote that. And on that day, the human spirit was monetized, and you became property of the system and an active agent of the system in the soul, born to support it, to lift it, to vote for it, to offer it your life force. Which is why the human being, in the quote spiritual community, the quote truth community, will speak about everything and anything under the sun, except for the truth that I'm bringing to you today, which is the one truth that will set us free. There is nothing, 369, make that. There's nothing more important than what occurred at your birth. Okay, let's connect it to the movie The Matrix. Born into slavery. Before you were old enough to think, to breathe, to feel, you were offered in contract. You were bound to the agreement. Where I got ahead of myself. So at that moment when your name was signed to the agreement, your living name, you became a non-living corporate entity. They replaced the living person with a non-living expression known as a legal fiction. What's a legal fiction? A legal fake, a fraud, a phony, a straw man, a dead man walking. You're identified by your name spelled. Every word is a spell. Every word is a spell. Spelled in all capital letters, Babylonian text of the dead. Walk over to your local cemetery, see every name and every tombstone spelled in all capital letters because they're no longer alive, they are dead. And look down at your driver's license and passport, forms of identification, and see the dead, non-living expression of you, spelled in all capital letters. And you wonder why there's an identity crisis in America? The identity was stolen at birth. They turned America into a corporation. A corporation on a spiritual level cannot have authority or interact with a living thing. They got you to become a non-living corporate entity and live under that and become that and bow down to that. And this is how the group hypnosis occurred. And I've been coming to people my entire adult life with this, and I watch the eyes go blank when Creator says the dead walk the earth unaware. That's cute. I start talking about this. I watch the eyes go blank, and the blank stare says absolutely everything. Let that be the doorway. Let's open it today. Here's the open window. Here is the open window to your freedom. And guys, I'm not asking you to jump off a cliff. I'm not asking you to jump off a cliff. I'm asking you to take out the microscope on your birth and what occurred at your birth and the birth certificate and the legal fiction. Because the entire system is predicated on this one magic trick. So, okay, now let me go into the movie The Matrix and how it syncs up with our life. You were born into slavery, unbeknownst to you, okay? At the moment of your birth, your umbilical cord was plugged into this beast system. It became your life source, it became your mother, and it became your father. And as I said, you at that moment, you became an active agent of the system, and you fight to protect it by hiding from the truth I'm speaking about right now. At that moment, the human consciousness, human being was placed in a cocoon of their creation, where the fake you, the non-living expression of you, the straw man, exists in the world. Is that not the movie The Matrix? The documentary The Matrix? Knock, 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 McFly. This is your life, okay? And this is your children. And as Creator God is my witness, I've offered my life every day for the last 25 years in a sacrificial offering for your freedom and your children's freedom, because I knew a long time ago that you couldn't hear me. I knew some 25 years ago that you know, I was coming to the human being and I was getting nothing but blank stares back. And so I elected to reach you through my offering, my sacrificial offering, where every single day became a life and a death. We're getting into the city now with the noise. Every single day became a life and a noble death. A living sacrifice in perpetual motion. If I couldn't find you with my words, if I couldn't find you with my truth, if I couldn't find you through my art, I would find you through my living sacrifice. And today, Mother, Father, God, I ask that we find the human being where he sleeps, to awaken him from this dream, that he may comprehend what occurred at his birth and be free. Because if you're hiding from the truth of your reality, how can you be free of it? How could you be free of it? To those that are still running the game, the slave masters, the secret society members, let's be crystal clear. To stand in the way of my unconditional freedom, as Creator God bears witness, is spiritual suicide. You stand at this moment of losing literally everything, excommunicated from life itself. Your oaths and your commitment to your fellow secret society members are null and void. They are unimportant. What is important is your contract with Creator God that exists within you, and every lie that you tell and every false story that you tell and every deception that you create will burn a hole within you until you communicate. We are coming into the time of the great reveal, of the great admissions. The first ones to come forward and spill the beans will be looked back on with admiration as courageous beings. The ones that are forced out of their homes and flushed out into the open like criminals will simply be remembered as betrayers of her story. That choice is yours. Freedom of choice is both liberator and executioner. Till the next time.